Hi Taurus, welcome back. So Taurus, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. When I was meditating on the overall collective energy, I did get a few channeled messages. I wouldn't say messages though, I would say it was more of the energy I was feeling. Well, they gave me the word hoarseness. Some of you might be dealing with some hoarseness in your throat chakra, which they're showing me hot honey and tea. And now they're giving me the word chamomile. Might help with that. That's really specific, so obviously you're going to know if that's for you or not. But also, I was getting just this energy of feeling a bit distracted, like, I don't know. I almost say a little bit of irritation going on within the Taurus energy. It's just getting back into the swing of things or having a lot of things on your mind. I didn't feel that my mind was cluttered or stressed. It's just I felt my mind wandering a lot in the meditation, you know, where usually it's a pretty focused message. It was kind of like drifting. That's what it is. There's some sort of like drifting going on in your mind or in your energy, you know, drifting off into this project or this thought, and then you're drifting off over here. You might be being pulled in a lot of different directions. I feel a lot of you are doing a good job with maintaining your alignment in that, the best that you can anyways, Taurus, but I do feel definitely drifting, and that's the word that I keep getting is like a drifting. So let's see where this is headed. I didn't really get any major messages beyond that, or even any songs, because I couldn't really keep my mind straight, you know. It's just like some of you can't keep your mind from drifting. It's almost the sense of like being a bit detached, almost like an air sign. Some of you might have some air in your chart where you're, I don't know, like you're doing activities, but your mind is elsewhere almost. So let's see what we have going on here and get some cards out and go from there. You have the 9th house of seeking here, Taurus, Sagittarian energy for some of you. You may have that in your chart or be dealing with someone with that in their chart, and or it's just the influencing vibes. But this is talking about foreign travel, adventure, higher education, your faith, your belief, your customs. It's like going on a spiritual quest, a spiritual journey. But for some reason, I feel like this. I feel like the everyday mundane life may be changing for you, but it's part of the spiritual journey that you're on. And there's a lot of like drifting thoughts going on is what I'm feeling in the energy for you, Taurus. So they're asking you to seek the higher perspective, and to not let this energy disenfranchise you is what I was hearing, but to allow it to focus you instead. All right. So I feel that this too will pass. If there's a lot of things going on energetically around you that has you kind of feeling like you're floating. I just heard floating on air, and they're trying to give me a song now. Okay, never mind. Well, I don't want to say never mind. There was a song with the lyrics floating on air coming through, and then all of a sudden I heard watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. That seems random. Maybe some of you connect with that song instead. Not the song I was thinking that was going to come through, but hey, take it for what it's worth. But that's what I'm talking about. That right there, Taurus. I'm thinking it's going one direction and then it drifts over here into another direction. And I feel like that's what you're going through. And as I'm saying this, my throat chakra is feeling like it needs to be cleared. So some of you need to do some throat chakra healing meditation or clearing, or just keep yourself hydrated if nothing else. I'm like really wanting to take a drink of this water right now, which I don't usually do in a reading, but yeah, you see how scattered that energy is? Interestingly enough, you have the 10 of Pentacles out, which lets me know that you have a firm foundation. Like you have security available to you and around you. So I feel like this is all going on in your headspace. You know, like in reality, things are lining up for you, or you have a good sense of well-being, or, you know, at the end of the day, you have what you need. But you're letting your head wander too much, or you're going through some sort of detachment here. And some of you, it's because you're seeking answers, right? Or there's just a lot of action-oriented stuff that's calling your attention, which also could be it. So let me get some tarot cards out and see where this is headed. We're going to start in the headspace and see what's going on there with a little bit more detail. Then we're going to go into your heart space, Taurus, and see what's going on there. And then we're going to look at the bigger spiritual picture. So you have the Tower here. The Chariot. And the Devil. Ooh. Yeah, I would say there's big changes going on. Like, what they were kind of showing me is, you know, in NASCAR, well, if you're not a NASCAR fan, you wouldn't know this. I grew up around NASCAR, and so I know everything about racing. But, you know, when they call it drifting, when you race cars, and that's kind of what they were showing me. And then coincidentally, I got the Chariot out, which just represents vehicles or travel. So I just really interesting, the synchronicity with that. And I'm not talking about actual travel. I'm talking about this in the energetic sense, that there's drifting going on here. And it's because there's some major changes. Some of you are trying to escape some really toxic negative behaviors, addictions, or people that have really had a pull or a tug on you that you always seem to come back around to, or you feel like you can't escape, you know. Sometimes you feel like you can't escape the walls of your own prison. That is so specific, and that's the words that were given. That could be in the job, in the home, in a relationship, and whatever, you know. Take it for what it resonates with for you. But it's like things are shifting and changing here, Taurus, which is going to allow you to move forward. But some of you might get stuck in the trap of the same old stinking thinking, or going back to a same or similar person or situation that you know is toxic, that you feel like you maybe can't get away from because for some reason your shadow is at play here, or your shadow pulls you into that. Even though I feel like you're trying to either see it from a different perspective or go a different direction. They're giving me a song. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way. So, whatever the situation is that's going on, Taurus, you're being called to go at it in your own way. You know, not let another person try to convince you of what the right way is to go about something, but rather to take your own advice and do what feels best to you, right? Because sometimes when we're dealing with other people, even though they may have good intentions, they have their own toxic energy that they're dealing with, you know? And so even though they may give well-intending advice, it may be right for them, it may not be right for you. So make sure you're asking your own intuition before you make any big decisions. Make sure that you're checking with yourself on how does that make me feel? Does that feel in alignment with what I want for myself? Because there's a chance here of you being kind of sucked into something that's not good for you if you don't check in with self first and see, does this feel good to me? You know? I don't know what the song Watermelon Sugar High is about. If you know the lyrics, put it in the comments. Let's see what's going on in the heart space for you then, Taurus. Judgment, the Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow. So there's something that you're really wanting to release here in the heart space, but there is some sort of shroud of confusion around that, or for some of you, deception. This is why I'm saying, like, do not let someone mislead you here. You know, you have gut feelings and gut reactions for a reason, and I feel like you really need to pay attention to that. Emotionally, it's like some of you are lying to yourself. Like, okay, I've let that go, but you haven't let it go. You know, or being like, yeah, I'm releasing that, but you're still kind of holding on tight to it. Or no, I don't feel that anymore, but you do feel that. You know, and I don't know if it's because you're trying to save face or you're just going to fake it till you make it. But I feel like there's some sort of cover up of how you're actually feeling in regards to a person or a situation. And there's like this desire to come out of this state where you feel alone. There's my throat chakra again. So there's something being suppressed in the energy. It's almost like feeling like you're alone at times, and then trying to come out of that by like being agreeable, or, oh, okay, I get a sense of what it is. It's like, I don't want to say you're trying to fit in, because I don't think that's what it is for the majority. I think it's more of like trying to save face when you don't agree, but you don't really want the argument, or you don't feel it's worth expressing your true feelings about, so you agree to disagree, or you just agree on the surface, but underneath you don't agree. Something like that going on. And it's just like, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This card is getting me. I don't know why I keep being drawn back to this card. In the upright, it's like self-isolation. In the reverse, I would say it's an extreme form of that, or where you've been isolated even from a group of people, or like the black sheep or something like that going on for a few of you. But then really desiring coming out of that, but then getting yanked back in energetically, pulled back into that shadow, trying to escape and then getting pulled back in, trying to release and then right back in. Some of you, I feel like this is a situation that you have ties with, where it's not just as easy as, oops, okay, sorry about that. Or it's not just as easy as like cutting the energetic cords, where it's like a job that you have to show up at every day, and you have to talk to these people to get what you need to get done, or a situation like that where there's something binding you, a family situation where you're related, so you have to see each other, or, you know, a relationship where you have a lot of intertwined belongings, or something like that, you know, or it's not an easily escapable type of situation, which is why you continually get sucked back into it. And you may be seeking answers about this. So let's look at then the bigger spiritual picture here, Taurus. There's going to be another part of that lyric. It's like strawberries in the summer season. Some of you like strawberries. Oh, he says, breathe me in, breathe me out. I could never do without. So I'm getting here, I mean, just take it literally, but figuratively, what I'm getting from that is a little bit of a codependency here. There might be someone that you have a very codependent attraction to, or a toxic connection with, or you. They might, like, you could be connecting with someone that has a lot of codependencies. All right, or you might, you know, keep it real with yourself. So 9 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I feel like the best way and what you're being guided to do, Taurus, in this situation is to maintain your boundaries energetically, right? So when we have to interact with people that we don't really care for, or we don't like their energy, but we still have to interact with them, then I always like to do like a little shield of protection by reminding myself, and then here's what I want you to do, the same, Taurus, reminding myself that no matter what, this person is not going to affect my joy, not going to impact my emotions. And so then when I go into the interaction, I feel stronger in who I am. And in a way, so for some reason, giving myself a pep talk helps. It's just coming to this understanding, Taurus, that nobody can affect your moods and emotions without your allowance of it, without your reaction to it. You ever try to be mean or toxic to someone that won't let you go there? It's impossible. You know, like if someone's trying to say, be really gossipy and you're not wanting to be in gossip mode, and so they're looking for a reaction out of you, like, can you believe so-and-so? And if the reaction that you give is, wow, okay, no, I didn't know that, but I'm sure they meant well, then the other person may be taken aback by that. Like if you show your alignment to a disaligned person, they don't know what to do about that. So 9 times out of 10, what they'll do is they'll walk away and go bother someone else with it. But what you don't want to do is be nasty with them or meet them on their level or join them there, okay? You don't want to be disrespectful either, because that's fighting fire with fire, and then you're no better. But it's like being able to maintain your alignment no matter who's in your company, and also seeing that person for the best version of them, even if they're not behaving that way in that moment. It's a strength, and it's not easy to do. But in order for you to spiritually ascend, it's something that you have to learn how to do. Otherwise, you'll walk around this world being triggered by everybody. You'll have to cut everybody out of your life that doesn't align with you, which good luck with that. And you'll become a hermit. But that's not the point, right? The point isn't to become a hermit and isolate yourself from the world. The point is to get emotionally strong enough that you can go out into this world with all these disaligned people and stay in alignment anyways and see the beauty and love in others anyways. That's what you're kind of being called to do, right? And if you can maintain your composure and not sink to the other, then there's a new beginning here, a new opportunity, new finances or something new in career, maybe a new network of people coming in, a new reason to feel happy, playful, having your freedom back. Because this to me feels like entrapment. This to me feels like feeling bound. But you're not bound. That's all in your head. So if you can change the way you think about it, then you can change the way you react in the situation, and therefore the situation has to change by law of attraction. So I feel like, you know, you're good to, I don't want to say stay guarded, but stay aware of how another person or an environment is triggering you. And stay in alignment, because there is not only a new practical, tangible beginning coming, but there's also some sort of new energy wave coming in that's going to allow the situation to lighten up, for you to be more playful, for you to enjoy, which is really what you're seeking, is enjoyment, right, Taurus? So pulling that enjoyment into you. So let's see what the advice is, and then we will leave it there. Ooh, that was fast. This says, trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. Trust the universe. It does require a little bit of trust, right? It's easy in the situation that pulls at you like that to lose a bit of trust or faith in the universe, but that's what you're being asked to maintain. Maintain your alignment, Taurus, and you cannot go wrong, all right? So I'm going to leave this reading here for now. The zodiac signs you might have showing up for you, or you might have in your own birth chart. I have Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius, and Virgo. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it resonated, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. All my social media links are linked down below. Make sure you're actually going to my official links, though. There's a lot of spammers and scammers out there, but linked below. If you like my style, you can get it for yourself. avasophiaco.com is my sister's online boutique. Also linked below, and the donation button is in the About section for those of you who want to donate to the channel. You can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Taurus, and until next time, my friend, namaste. Bye.